Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome.
This is Kurt Turnier, pronounced he, him, and his.
And my name is Malik Turner, pronoun he, him, and his. And right now, what they listen to?
They listen to Put Your Pride Down.
Yes, the one and only Put Your Pride Down.
Yes.
This is a platform. And we would like to welcome the family and friends.
Yes.
If you are new, welcome family and friends. If you're coming back, again, welcome family and friends.
Yes.
Boy.
Yes.
We have a, oh yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, and once again, please go in the comments and like, subscribe, share, please.
Yes, sir.
If there's something from our last episode that you appreciated, please drop it into the comments. And just how you feeling, just how you are feeling. But once again, thank y'all for coming back and spending some more time with us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, we're going to, again, we do check-ins around here. We want to make sure each brother is good before we start anything when it comes to this discussion.
Absolutely.
So today, throughout this week, man, what made you smile this week?
What made me smile this week? Not necessarily throughout the week, but yesterday. So what's funny is that I think in our first episode, maybe our second, no, one of our first two episodes, I definitely we briefly mentioned that you have a partner, you are in a relationship.
Yes.
And
well,
yes. And quickly after you say you are in a relationship, I was like, I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Well, ladies, and everybody,
Wait, let me
that
see.
has changed.
Yeah, go ahead. I got a little button to compress.
All right. So I would like to say that as of yesterday, as of 24 hours ago, I am now in a relationship.
Yes.
With a beautiful young lady that I'm excited to start this journey with.
I'm excited for you, brother.
Yes.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. And it's off to a good start. We've been talking for the last, I guess, 3 months. We've been talking for about the last, or we were dating. We and this was the first time where I went through all the steps too. Right? Like, it was intentional steps along the way.
Yeah.
Where like we met, we started talking, we exchanged phone numbers, talked for a little bit, and then we went on a date, then the second date, and then we asked each other, like, are we dating?
Grown.
Yeah. And we asked her, like, are we dating? And the answer was yes, right? And then as we got a little more comfortable with each other, we was like, yo, like, we don't want to talk to anyone else. So like, what does that look like? And the term for that is exclusively dating, or dating exclusively, where we're only dating each other. We're still single, right? But like, where our time and energy are dedicated on each other.
That's good.
So, and then as we got closer, yesterday, we kind of just looked at each other. But also while we were dating exclusively, we were actively talking, actively talking about like our values, what we want to see in like a family, kids, spirituality, is going to church important, communication, what does that look like for us? And one thing that I appreciate about her in this journey was that it was funny because when I first met her, which I told everybody who I happened to date throughout the course of the past year or so, was that like, I'm not looking for nothing. Don't expect your feelings to get attached here. They will not be reciprocated. And I told that to her, and then it's funny because even after like the first date, when it was like all right, cool, like we could go on a date, but clearly like you have no, and then this is her, she was saying like, oh, you clearly have no like interest in really dating, or going into a relationship. So I guess we won't need to talk to her. I'm like,
She's like, peace be gone.
It really was that, and I was like,
Is that new for you?
yeah, nah. And I was like, hey, like I want to talk to you again, but then she was like, but didn't you just say? I said yes, but also, and this is me being open.
Yeah.
I do. It depends on who the girl is, who the woman is. I like them a lot more, and then I'm like, yo, like let's connect more, like let's talk a lot more. And me saying I'm not the one to catch feelings with was me more so saying like I'm just trying to guard myself from jumping into this thing too quick.
Yeah.
But yes, but long story short, we talked about just about everything that I guess you could talk about before.
Yeah.
We we talked about like, and within like the 3 months of us talking as well, we also had conversations, but like we identify like what are potential yellow or red flags that we may see in each other. And just to be clear, and this is what I learned in my journey, everybody has red flags. Like everybody has parts of them that are not necessarily what I guess society would deem as okay, or society is deemed as things that people would deal with. And one of mine was like, I'm very guarded, I close off, and I don't necessarily want to talk about my emotions and my feelings. And I told her from the jump, from our first date actually, or first time that we were on the phone, hey, feel free to ask me I was very specific, any slight to moderate questions. Because that's something that I struggle with, because around the same time I hit up all of my friends, or three of my close friends who know me strongly over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, have I how guarded am I? The 3 answers I got was very, on a scale of 1 to 10, 8, on a scale of 1 to 10, very guarded.
Okay, so it's kind of high up there, then.
Yeah, it was extremely high. And I knew that was something that impacted my last relationship, just me being guarded. And that impacted me in so many ways that were not healthy. So when I met her, and I felt was like, yo, like, you know what? Let me try something new. Hey, just I am very guarded. Just feel free to ask me any slight to moderate questions, and let me know, hey, if I didn't answer a question or if I ducked a question. And yeah, since then, I put my pride down. And as of yesterday, we confirmed that we are together. So, hey, I am no longer single. I'm in a fully committed relationship, and that made me smile this week. And I'm excited to see where we continue to grow with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, my guy.
Appreciate it, bro.
Welcome to. I'm gonna say welcome, but yeah. No,
appreciate it.
Nah, for real.
How you feeling?
Well, before I get to that, I'm happy for you though.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna jump into all the details, but you know, I can definitely see that they bring like a different side of you. I don't know, and just like the energy, like again, seem like we all big on energy. Like the energy between y'all two is very strong. It seems like y'all just like really just like good best friends, honestly, at this point. But once you already put that confirmation on that y'all are a couple together, a unit partnership, I was like, it's gonna last a long time. I'm not gonna put no time stamp on it, you know what I'm saying? But just from my perspective, I can see that it seemed a little bit more organic, just how you're able just to be who you are, to be funny, to be direct, whatever it is, to crack jokes, yada yada. But it just seemed like that's just like organic. It's not forced upon. And another
word, and you use the word unit. I like to use the word a team. We are a team. That's one word that we are consistently using. So even when we have disagreements, it's not a you versus me thing. It's not a I want to be right. It's not a like you're wrong. Like, right? It's like, hey, this is perspective. This is the impact. Is this if this is the action that we are taking, how is this going to impact us moving forward? Excuse me. And every time we had a disagreement, that's how like it was clarity, and that's one thing I really appreciate about her. Like every time like I talk and I ramble and I say a lot of things, and like sometimes the first thing I say that comes in my mouth is not necessarily what I mean. It's more so me building a not a story, but it's kind of building a perspective, because there's so much depth to my answers. Sometimes that she asks clarifying questions.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, can I ask a clarifying question?" Yeah, go ahead. So can you? So you said this. Can you tell me more about that? And that is so sexy, man.
Yes, sir.
It's like, because sometimes like you could talk, and someone could hit you with the, "Oh, so you think?" Whoa, no, that's
Real
not
defensive.
what I. Yeah,
Like you got
it's
back
like
down.
no, and it turns into like a attack kind of thing. Whereas like no, with her it is like, "Hey, you said this. Can you clarify on that, please?" Or like, I find that interesting. Can you talk about that too? And like that's one thing I appreciate about this. So this is probably the healthiest start to a relationship that I have had. It was one of the ones where like we kind of actually all the questions from like now into the future, and even some things about our past too that we opened up about. So yeah, but that made me smile. I am in a relationship. It feels healthy, and I just continue, and I'm excited and happy to see where we continue to grow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's another thing on that too, because you already know. I feel like 2022, like jumping to now, relationships from the pandemic up to now, forming a relationship has a lot of broken layers to it. So the fact that you're able to like literally put your pride down, to be vulnerable, to have those conversations that you're talking about in the past, present, and also in the future, and it sounds like you haven't really done that in the past. That's a lot of like transformation on your end as a human being. So it just really just shows a lot how much you care about that person, also care about yourself and your feelings, just because you already know you don't want to, not talking about your previous relationship, but you don't want to go back into those type of situations again. That certain mindset, the certain behaviors and habits. So and I'm definitely proud of you, bro, because like no, we talk a lot off screen about certain things like that, and you definitely came a long way when it comes to taking more ownership on how you feel and how you want to put yourself in a new foundation that you use the word as a team. And so and you haven't used that word in the past, if I'm not mistaken, like when it comes to relationship, right?
Team, no, have not. It was definitely I am me, you are you, we are in this thing. And it was a lot of butting heads in the past on both ends. But I'm not going to deep dive into that right now. But one more thing I'll say is that and after I asked each of my three friends, shout out to Drew, Vince, and Alexandra. Shout out to y'all three, because y'all known me the longest, for a long amount of period, in such a high capacity that I was able to ask them those questions. So not only did I ask them how guarded am I currently, the second question I asked them was, have I changed, or have I been less guarded over time in the 10 years that they have known me? And all of the answers were no, you have not changed. And like the first answer was like I felt it, and I was like, all right, like that wasn't surprising. But when all three of them told me that I have not changed, that I'm still as guarded, like I may have like, and like they did acknowledge that like I have attempted to be less guarded, but I kind of go right back into being a rock sometimes. And that was a hard truth to hear, because I thought I was less guarded. Like they all gave me 8, 9s, and varies. Like there was no number like to say how guarded I was. Like it was just very very guarded. But I thought I was at like a 6 or a 7, and then for each of those numbers to be as high, mind you, like I asked them independently. It
Not
wasn't
on
a
group
group
chat.
conversation.
Yeah.
Like it was 3 texts. And it was all the same. And then when I said, "Hey, have I changed?" and they all said no, because I thought that I have grown in that area. I promise you that I at least went from like a 10 to a 7 or a 6, and all of them were like, "Nah, you have not. You have tried." They give me my credit, like I have tried, but I have not changed. So thank you to the 3 of y'all, and that made coming to this relationship so much easier for me. So yeah, so thank to the 3 of you all. But how about you, bro? What made you smile this week?
Hmm. It's probably the first I ever thought about it, honestly, when it came to me. I made myself smile.
Hey,
yeah, it's been a while, boy. But I've been going to the gym. It hasn't been as consistent as I want it to be, but I'm going.
Okay.
So this past week I went about like 3 times.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. Because now that I'm vegan, now I'm realizing that it's really it's more lean, like lean muscle, not as much body fat.
Yeah.
I don't know how much percent I have. Maybe probably like 0.1 or something like that. I don't know, but I have some. But I realized I was like
You
eating.
slim thick.
Huh?
You slim thick.
Ew, chill out. That was a good one. That was and hell no.
Shout out to
Excuse me,
Fabulous.
no. I'm not slim thick. I'm a man. I'm got a little muscle. I ain't gonna make no flex on y'all on the gram on YouTube, but you know what it is. This really say slim thick. I'm not a woman. What? No.
I thought I didn't know there was a gender attached. My bad.
Yeah, let me not be that person. There's no gender attached to, but I do not identify as slim thick. Okay, I'm letting y'all know that from the jump. But no, I was in the mirror. Like I started looking at myself a little bit more. I see my muscles to be a little bit more defined. See my shoulders.
Okay.
I'm still laughing. I see my shoulders getting more defined in my chest.
Okay.
And it's taking me less time to build up to that moment than how I was when I was non-vegan.
Okay.
So like I'm realizing that the things that I am eating, how much water I'm drinking, and cutting back on the things that don't serve me when it comes to like negative energy, negative attitude, because that does have an impact on my weight. I'm seeing the growth. I was like, yo, that really made me smile. I'm over here flexing. I was like, all right, I see you. See little muscles forming in some, here and there. But it really made me smile because it's like it'd been a long time, because I felt like I wasn't, like it really hurt for me to like move my body at most times. Like my bones were really sore, but it's not as sore now. I'm stretching more. I see my muscles coming to be a little bit more defined. And I was like, yo, the time frame is not taking that long. So if I keep applying more pressure, keep going to the gym, like that's just like something satisfying to me. Because I remember during when we used to like do boxing and stuff like that, like that's probably one of the best points of my life when I was in shape. Like we were boxing, we were training, like literally in facility. Like most days I was going twice a day at that facility, but realizing that like my body wasn't how it is then, but like it's getting there without the same type of equipment. Because I just use the gym where we live. Like there's a smaller literally equipment. So like I'm remembering the exercise I did in the past. So like I smile myself that because I still remember. And I get in the zone. Cause sometimes I go with my partner, but this week I went by myself and it felt good just because like I know I can push myself a little bit more. I push her too, but I want to push myself a little bit more to do these weights and to get these exercises in. So I was like, yo, I pat myself in the back for that, and I haven't pat myself in the back much this year or over the past couple of years, honestly. So it felt good for me just to do something to be a little bit more consistent and to see results, and I feel the results. Like I said, I'm not gonna flex on y'all, but just sometime come, boy, check the gram. Feel me?
So I need you to do something real quick.
I'm not gonna flex.
Hit that applause button for yourself.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. Let me see, is the red one? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man. Listen,
thank you.
And it's important to give yourself applause sometimes, and
Thanks.
to make yourself smile, because you've been vocal about this in the past. How like it's hard for you, like through your depression, right? It's like, so for you to say that you made yourself smile and your happiness being internal, and intrinsic, and you find that within yourself, man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. But what made y'all smile this week, right?
Let us know.
right? What made you smile? Was it yourself? Was it something was it what was it external? And then also, entering new relationships, right? Entering new relationships. What were some things that you noticed about yourself in your past that you need to change going into the next one, so you can leave toxic behaviors and red flags, your own red flags in the past. So leave that in the comments.